Hi, I'm Ari.
I'm Nick.
And whoa.
Hello and welcome to the 39th episode of Pone. Today we are here in Redwood National Park / state park.
The point is they're trees.
We're in a
fat.
tree right now.
We're in a tree.
Yeah, the fat
and
trees.
There's lots of big trees everywhere. We're getting very close to the end of the Pone road trip. It's been a long trip. We just came from Crater Lake to the lovely city of Crescent City. And while we were there, we decided we were going to watch a movie.
Another movie.
And that movie is what we are going to talk about
This
today.
movie is why
Spider-Man Homecoming.
the reason we did this trip was for this movie.
Definitely.
Yeah, this movie
Yeah,
that I did not want to see.
And this movie that I only wanted to see because I wanted to get it out of the way so I can say I've seen all the Pixar movies. So Wesley, what did we watch today?
We watched Toy Story 4.
Were you expecting to like Toy Story 4?
Not really. I was expecting it to be fine, you know? Like, I was like, why are they making another one? I'm
about
still
you,
like,
Ari?
why are they making it? But, you know.
I was expecting it to be... I think I was in the same boat as Wes.
Yeah.
Exact same boat as Wes.
I also was kind of just expecting it to be fine. I didn't expect it to be terrible, but I thought it'd just be, fine. The other Toy Stories, what do you think of What do you think of the other Toy
The
Stories?
first one was great. The second one was great. It's especially good because I don't remember anything about either of them, so I don't have an opinion. The third one I do kind of remember, and I remember it being good, not bad. The fourth one I remember very vividly.
The first three they're good.
But
But you haven't-
can you give me a ranking maybe, each of you?
No.
Prior to seeing this movie, I think it would be 2, 3, 1. And they're all still pretty high up there. I like.
You think
all
one
of
is
them.
is the worst one?
It's
Probably.
It's like picking the worst of a great thing. One of them's got to be at the bottom.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are the other Toy Story movies comedies? I don't remember. Not as much, right?
I think
They have
kind of are.
funny
don't
moments.
remember.
I wouldn't call them comedies, but I also think every Pixar movie has funny moments, right? For the most part, whether it's successful or not is subjective. But every Pixar movie tries to have funny moments. Initial reaction?
After the movie,
Yeah.
I thought it was an amazing movie. I think my initial reaction has not changed very much since it's pretty... How did you escape? Alright. I have been thinking about it a little bit, and I think it was a very funny and very enjoyable movie. Entertaining and good.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. I had the opposite reaction of Spider-Man Homecoming, where...
And Far From Home?
God damn it. Far From Home, it started out, I thought it was great, and then I slowly, Whereas this, I started out, and then, like, the further and further I went, it was great. It was wonderful, it was funny, it was heartwarming, it was beautifully animated, it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short, everything that had to happen happened. Solid movie. Wesley Davies, man who hates movies, what did you think?
I thought it was as good as all the other ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's pretty
Pretty good.
good.
Yeah.
On your rank of total Pixar movies, this is the top, and this is the bottom.
Right.
This is the top.
Okay, Ratatouille,
Ratatouille.
Incredibles,
Incredibles.
Up,
Up.
Coco,
Really? You like Coco that much?
all 4 Toy Story movies.
Did Coco win all of them?
I
What's the
think
worst
so.
one?
Including this one.
I've seen all of the movies once. Oh, dude, you know that makes it hard.
But you love Cars too.
Yes.
I don't even know where to begin. This is just a wonderful movie. I guess I'll be able to animate this by the time this goes up, so if you want to do an animation, I can do an animation.
Would you like to do an animation?
My Pixar quality animation. I'd love to.
You begin.
Okay, so basically, this movie starts 9 years before the dawn of time, aka 1942, as Toy Hitler is inviting all the toys.
Let's jump forward to the start of the film.
Okay. Woody tries to save his girlfriend who is into sheep.
But why would he do that?
That's a good one. That's a point. All right. There's a box guy who just puts her in a
What?
box.
There's a box guy.
Yeah, there's a box guy. He comes with a box and puts her in it. And then essentially...
He's not wrong.
Yeah. And they can't save him. They save the RC car, but they don't save the lamb girl because she's like, screw it, I want to go. But come with me, Woody. But I'm going to stay with Andy because he freaking marked me. He's got the, what is it called? Branded. Yeah, he's pretty much branded by Andy
right,
at this point.
Right.
And that's in between stories 1.5 to 6. That's in between those two movies.
Right, yeah.
So, and now it flash forwards it to after Toy Story 3, where they're with the Bumblebee girl, the Bonobo. And so Woody is now old.
What?
Bonnie. That's her name.
Why is she a bumblebee?
You said bonobo. Like a monkey.
No, that's racist, alright?
You said it.
No. Woody apparently has lost his clout, right? He got lost in the sauce and now he's hated by this girl, Bonnie, right?
And then she finds a spork and names it Fork.
She finds a spork, names it Fork, makes it into a person who's a very suicidal character, might I add.
On a scale of 1 to 5 for Wes laughs, every time the fork would jump, you'd get a solid 2 or 3. You know, he'd go, a laugh of quality.
Yeah. She was trying to sleep with the fork, and he'd keep trying to jump in the trash, and Woody would keep throwing him out of the trash.
Yeah.
Because essentially, Woody's like, he's lost the connection with his child. He just wants to make her happy, and he's living vicariously through the spork character.
Thank you, Joseph.
And the spork is making it difficult because he keeps
wanting to kill
himself, essentially.
Yeah.
Because he says he's trash, and
It's
he
really
says
a movie
everything
about
else
mental
is trash.
health, you know, if you really think about it.
Guess what happens? The movie turns into a road trip movie.
Yes.
It all ties together.
No one was expecting this, even though it's in the trailer.
To be fair, it wasn't much of a road trip.
That's
They
true.
went to 2 places.
They went to
and one of them was
Big
a gas
Bend.
station.
They went to Big Bend, which is actually the name of a national park, but I don't think that's where they went.
We're still in animation land, right?
Yeah.
Imagination.
There's no telling. The sky is our office, and I'm actually the airplane.
Yes. So they're driving their K1 speed car through the nature, and essentially, Forky he jumps out the essentially window, and then Woody kamikazes after him. He carries them back to where they said the RV was gonna be. Then again, they bond, the spork and the cowboy man. They bond. So spook and cowboy bonding session, and then he's carrying them, and it's lovely. And
we can
West-
go
Alright,
faster
we've
than
gone
that.
like 20 minutes into the actual movie.
Let me just speed it up really quick. They
end
end
up
up
at
going
an
to
amusement park.
Yeah, but more specifically, they end up in like an antique shop,
Yes.
right? And this doll shows up, and she is the villain of the film. We'll get to that later. But she just wants Woody's voice box because her own is broken, and she is convinced that getting Woody's voice box will get her out of the shop and in the hands of a young girl named Harmony. And she's got weird-ass dolls that are her minions. And he goes to a park and he finds Bo Peep, and Bo Peep
who
is there
has
somehow.
went from just this to
Yeah,
this.
she's got some
Well, no, she
thick
was wearing a
hips.
dress at the beginning.
And
Wonder
so
Woman style.
she agrees to help him get Sporky back, Forky,
Spoony.
Spoony,
Knifey.
Spoony.
that's at the end.
They're gonna go get Spoony back, and they go into the antique shop, and then Buzz shows up.
And then they get Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, they get Keanu Reeves.
On
they
a
got
bike.
They got Key and Peele in this. Everyone is everywhere. There's so many characters. They're all wonderful. And everything happens, and the RV is whack, and everything's whack, and then the movie ends, and then
Oh, and then Buzz Lightyear is gone. Wait, no, other way around. The Woody Man is gone. He now
It's
is
all a
a,
matter of perspective.
Yeah.
he's now a free bird with his female partner.
yeah, I think that's basically the plot. So let's get into specifics. Wes, you knew Key and Peele were going to be in
Yes,
this
I
movie.
did. I did.
Ari, you knew that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ari,
Yes.
what was your point about Key and Peele?
My point about Key and Peele is that I feel like when people bring an external comedy person that's generally not associated with movies, even though they're becoming more Key and Peele are nowadays, it kind of felt like, oh, Key and Peele, it's going to be a gimmick. And it might be kind of funny, but, you know, it won't be actually funny. It'll just be people like, they try to joke, you know? Like when they put Kevin Hart in movies, even though he's an actual actor.
Like, their only movie that they've been in together is Keanu, which is supposed to be terrible, right?
I've heard,
we don't-
I've heard it's funny.
Okay, it's supposed
I
to be,
haven't, I've heard it's bad,
supposed
but
to be
it's
bad.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't really expect them to be that good.
Yeah.
However, upon watching the movie, I realized they were incredibly funny.
Yes.
Come on, help me get out of here.
I'll help you. With my foot. Get him. Ho, ho, ho. Get him.
I think there was probably
Every
maybe
time they
3
say
lines.
a word,
Yeah.
every time that Key and Peele say a word, it's
Yeah.
the funniest thing.
Because they
there's
are
not
the
a
comic
single
relief
line
characters.
that
And usually
does
comic
not produce a laugh.
relief characters
Are
generally-
annoying.
Exactly, they're annoying. But these ones, they poke
They
in as many
ground
as
the
like a
movie.
normal annoying comic relief characters do, except their jokes actually hit like they should.
Yeah. And
Every
they're
single
integral
joke.
to the plot in a way.
It would
Honestly,
have hurt the movie.
in my opinion, like, this movie would just be like mediocre if it wasn't for them. I think that their characters made this movie for me.
It was insanely funny.
Yeah.
Oh, where did you two come from?
I've known Wes for 5 years now. I have never heard him laugh as hard during a movie as during a scene in this movie.
Yeah, the only time I can think I laughed this hard was during the sausage part of Secret Life of Pets.
And they're not the only new characters that are funny. Keanu Reeves plays a character in this film named
Yes, you Canada.
Canada Man.
I don't know.
He's funny.
He was funny.
I
agree.
didn't know he was in the movie. And
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised because when I first heard his line, I was like, oh shit.
Right when he comes on screen, he's like, huh, Keanu Reeves. I'm like, haha, and continue watching the movie. And not once do I realize that
Reeves?
this person is Keanu Reeves.
And
the
he
voice
is
actor
wonderful.
is.
I guess we have 2 more new characters. I mean, is there even really anything to say about Forky? He's suicidal. The entire movie.
He's more of a plot device than an actual character.
Yeah.
I was not
he's
expecting him. He comes to life somehow. They don't
'Cause he's a
really
toy.
explain it because it doesn't matter. It's
Well,
because
he's a
But
toy.
he can't explain it. Remember at the end, they're like, and she's like, so how'd you come
But
alive? And
all
he's like,
toys are alive
I
in
don't
this,
know.
right?
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's like, what constitutes
he's not
a toy?
though, and that's
Well, he is a toy.
It's
Yeah.
part of the existentialism of the Toy Story series. All right, what is a toy?
Such as your inner voice.
Yeah, exactly. That we'll get to all the weird metaphors in this film next. But Woody is at the park. He rides a small plastic toy truck very briefly.
Yeah, and that toy that isn't.
Why
alive.
isn't it alive? You know, what makes Forky alive but not that thing? So I guess in this universe, you just need a face to be alive.
Or maybe just someone to think that you're a toy.
I guess so. But like, has no one ever played with that thing? You know?
I guess not. All right,
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. You need a face and to be a toy.
That's all we have time for this.
There is a villain in this film named Yo Gabba Gabba.
No, Gabby Gabby.
Possibly one of the better Pixar villains. She's better than any recent Marvel villain, that's for
I
sure.
would say
There's
so,
so
yeah.
much depth to this character because she's likable but also the antagonist.
Yeah. No, I really liked the villain of this movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was also one of the best parts.
My concern is it would be the exact same thing as Lotso, Hug and Bear and the Prospector, just forgotten toys. She is a forgotten toy, but she's a forgotten toy that... I mean, they're all the exact same.
No, but she's not a forgotten toy because she was born
She's
this.
never... Okay,
She's
that's
never
a good
been
point.
someone's
She's
toy.
never had anyone, whereas the other
She's
ones
just a
had
lost one,
someone
not
and...
forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was born defective.
Yes.
I told you this is a movie about mental health, Nick. Yeah,
my
and
favorite
I think
part of the
one
movie.
of the things that I really like is that she wins, you know?
Yes.
Is
The
that-
villain of Toy Story 4 wins.
Yeah, and is like believable enough that she convinces Woody to actually like go along with it.
And you even root for her at times. It's like, just give her the box. What do you need it for, Woody?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Once again, Woody
you-
is the villain of every Toy Story movie.
Do we want to get into the metaphors of this? Because there are definitely some symbolisms going on in Toy Story 4.
Sure.
What Pixar movies came before this? Like, it's been a bunch of fine movies, but nothing... Like, what's the last Pixar movie that was, like, genuinely insightful and good and...
Up.
2012-ish? Yeah. And this is another movie that it's saying something, you know? What is it saying, Wesley?
Feminism.
Okay, there's some feminism in this film, but it's not overwhelming.
Exactly.
Which I
I thought
appreciated.
the feminism was very good in this movie.
Well, I don't remember the feminism.
They
Well-
give Jesse the sheriff star.
They do that, but also the fact that Bo Peep, at the beginning I thought they were gonna have to save Bo Peep, but they didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Bo Peep was a very capable character, and then at the end, Woody's the one who gives up his life to be with her instead of her giving up her life to be with him. It's unlike your favorite movie, Black Klansman.
Yeah,
Unlike-
exactly.
unlike-
If just normalize it. Don't like make it a thing.
There's definitely some minor feminist themes in here, but the main one that you keep bringing up is mental health.
Yes.
I don't think you've talked to me about this yet. What is your stance on mental health?
What? I mean, I think one thing about her being born different is like maybe not necessarily mental health, like disabilities.
Yeah.
And so,
And also, Forky has kind of a similar
yeah, he's suicidal. Yeah.
existentialism
She fixed
going on
herself
about
by
his
stealing
being
the-
different.
That from someone else. So I'm not sure what the message is there. If that's what they're going for. Like,
Hey, if you're bored without a leg, just
steal someone else's leg.
Exactly.
Even Bo Peep's got an arm off for literally no reason, you know?
No, it's because every Disney movie from now on will be a reference to Empire Strikes Back. The villain of
Does that really help you?
The villain of Iron Man 3 gets his arm cut off. I think just like,
what
or
is
just
it-
like
what is-
disabilities in general. Like,
Okay, they are definitely obviously part of it, but what is it saying about it then?
I don't know. I feel like it just kind of like makes humor about that is something that they're going for. They're trying to like make mental illness something to think about here. I don't think they're doing it very well because they just kind of like make the suicidal guy humorous. The fact that he's trying to kill himself. They
yeah,
just make it humorous.
but then
like,
I think later on Woody's like, oh well, you should live because like you bring joy to other people.
So that one was definitely, I caught that one as an anti-suicide message, where he hasn't changed his opinion that he's trash, but at least he has given himself some self-worth as Bonnie's thing. I don't know what they're saying with Bo Peep's arm. That might just be, someone thought that was funny.
Yeah, I thought that was weird because that never came back.
Yeah.
And this just happened once, and I was like,
I mean, one of the sheep's legs broke off at one point.
I told you that she was broken. Remember at the beginning? Remember Bo Peep? I think
that's
she might
right,
be
you
broken
did
up.
say that.
oh yeah.
Just that she's broken. You're like, no
Wes
batteries. Like,
thought
oh, I
that
think her
Bo
limbs.
Peep was gonna be the villain of the movie, and I was pleasantly surprised that she wasn't. And then
Only because I just recently said that was my theory.
Yeah.
Having seen no trailers for this movie.
Yeah, I'm not trying to imply that this was his master theory. It was just something he said going in.
Yeah, I also said the marionettes because I know that they were villainous. I just didn't know they were going to be the main villains.
I have some
Things to say.
symbolisms I'd like to bring up. One which is obvious, one of which I may have made up. There's definitely a lot of parental themes in this.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Woody is like a parent to Bonnie in a way.
Right.
And he's trying very hard
It's
to
a sport.
care for. He's trying very hard to care for something that doesn't always recognize that he's there.
Right.
You know, a teenage girl might not always appreciate her parents existing, but they still will always continue to try and give her that help and support, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so him going on this whole quest is more about him being a good parent than it is about him getting anything for personal gain. Whether or not he's trying to prove to himself that he's a good parent, because at one point Bo Peep says something along the lines of, Bonnie doesn't need Forky, you need Bonnie, right? Whether or not that's also an element of it is debatable, but he is definitely
he
a parental
leaves-
figure.
He leaves his child at the end for the person he loves.
He does.
So I don't really understand. I don't think that's. I don't think
That's not part of the parent metaphor.
I don't think the parent. I don't think the metaphor is parents explicitly. I think it's just be like
Being there for someone you
Exactly.
love.
But I think it is supposed to
Evoke parental themes.
yeah, I think it's for the adults watching the movie, you know, Ari?
The woman behind us in this theater was sobbing. I don't know if you could hear her. She
Joey was
actively
sobbing,
crying.
dude.
Joey's a dad.
Yeah, but tears versus she was audibly weeping, you know. Now, I have another theory on a symbolism of this movie. I don't know if I'm correct here. I whispered this to Wes at some point. I think he thinks I was joking, but I'm completely serious when I think that there is a miscarriage metaphor in this film.
What the fuck? Oh, yeah.
Where?
What,
Okay.
what the fuck?
So when Woody is comforting Gabby, she's like, look, that was my only attempt at a kid. This kid didn't work out, right? No kid is ever gonna work for me. They kept saying things that were like, you're not a bad toy because of this. You know, this isn't your fault. It's not that you aren't good, it's just that it didn't work out. So you gotta keep trying to find your kid, you know? And Bo Peep's like, look, I tried and I've managed to do. Like, you just gotta keep trying, you'll find someone else, right? I think that might have been saying something about, if not a miscarriage, then at least losing a child, you know? Don't shit on yourself as a parent just because a kid... It doesn't even have to be losing one. Just maybe your kid turns out to be Jeffrey Dahmer, you know? Just don't shit on yourself for it.
So, Nick, this movie is actually about slavery and how Woody escapes the confines of Bonnie, of servitude that he has been serving for the last 20 years in various kids' thresholds.
I think with
Bo Peep is Harriet Tubman is what I'm saying, and they whitewashed her.
I was gonna comment on the miscarriage thing, but you know what? Whatever.
I want to hear what Ari has to say. Am I completely making this up?
No, I see how that's a very easy thing to see, but I think it was just more like, don't give up, even like in general. Even if you get like, if you're like,
It could be a
Yeah,
less
are held back,
obvious loss.
and like it is
Yeah.
applicable definitely in that
Loss?
situation for the people who go through that.
Yeah, so
But I
don't
don't think
give
it
up.
was aimed specifically at that. I think it's just applicable to that as it is for many other situations.
So
where
what
you shouldn't give up.
what I'm hearing is
She adopts a child in the end,
What
too. That was the other thing that I thought.
That means
I
like
was
every time. That
You know, no,
means
but it
every
was- look,
time a kid,
Okay.
a
Not
boy
necessarily.
finds a
I think
kid,
in
it's
this
a metaphor
one
for birth.
specific instance, the character who has lost the kid they wanted has found a kid who is alone and goes to that child. In the context of the scene, the doll is there for a child who is alone.
I think that's a fair reading of it.
All right, what I was hearing from you is that
The
you
only
should
good
never give
content
up, right?
ever.
You should never give up, and trying over and over again will never get old, just like the baby.
What?
From the beginning of when Bo Peep was introduced as a free toy, I knew exactly that that's how it was going to end with Woody joining her. But it's so it's good. Freedom,
Or at least him trying to
because
get
like
her
freedom
to go
gives
back.
the toys a way out from just this cycle of growing up with one kid and then the kid leaves you and then you grow up with a different kid.
And also that could be part of the parental metaphor too. Once you're done caring for a child, your life isn't over. You know, you don't have to
Yeah. You can
force
bring
yourself
joy to
be
other
a parent.
kids.
Yeah, you can, or you can bring joy to yourself. You know,
Yeah,
living like
sex up both
yeah,
kids.
sex up.
How do you guys feel like in general how this movie plays on your emotions? How's it?
Yes, that's good. I
Yeah,
wanted
just
to
how
talk
does
about
it
that,
work?
too.
The emotions like build up to emotions.
Here,
and
actually,
the
I want to
scenes
bring everyone in for
specifically?
this one. I have questions.
It
Chris.
never makes jokes during the serious parts that are supposed to make you emotional.
Yeah, which is something that Far From Home may have suffered
And
from.
Like,
Guardians of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 did.
So, questions. We're gonna go down the line. Did you cry during the movie, Ari?
No.
Did you cry during the movie?
I got chills.
Okay. Did you cry during the movie?
No.
Did you get watery eyes? Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Watery eyes.
I did.
Okay.
When he went with Bo at the end.
I got watery eyes.
I also
when...
cried because I was laughing.
Yeah. Okay. I teared up when she said, "The little girl is lost. I'm gonna go." Something about that scene got me. Did you tear up or
No.
cry? You bitch.
Probably if I was alone.
Yes. Yes. At what?
Like everything.
Okay. So Ari, what is your point about this movie's emotions?
Is this
Okay,
gonna manipulate you?
If you want to stay.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
can.
Because that's what all
manipulative
movies
in the
are.
best
One time-
sense of the word. I
Yes,
mean, that's the
because
goal.
you don't feel manipulated.
One time when I
Yeah.
felt tears come to my eyes, I was like, I can't believe they just fucking did that to me. Like, I knew they were trying to make me cry, and it
And
worked.
it worked.
Yeah, I feel like even at the very beginning, because Toy Story is such a like prestigious like Pixar like thing that they've done.
It's the only one where all of them are like of high quality.
Yeah.
Some people
I can
don't
tell
like
they're
the
trying to
third
do like
one,
this
but-
fan service-esque by bringing them all back, like and like showing them off and bringing them like so you remember them, and I felt like that was very well done. It wasn't all concentrated at the like climax of the film.
Yeah.
There were parts throughout, and I don't think either of them were over like done like not
Yeah.
overacted, but overplayed out.
I even
or
think that the
underplayed out.
reunion between Woody and Bo was really good, despite the fact that I don't like remember anything about Bo from the previous movies.
Well, to be fair, she's not even that big a character in the first one, and that's the only other one she's in.
and she's
Yeah. All I remember, literally the only thing I can remember is her saying something to Woody, and he's holding his hat and he goes,
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Hell yeah.
like, that's all I can remember. No, he does that. I mean that. I think what they did with Bo's animation is interesting because instead of making an overly sexualized toy, the way they made Bo pretty is by making her shiny, and that just implies that to Woody she is very attractive. I think that's the purpose of making her shiny. Or it's just because she's porcelain. You know, it's one of the two. Just want to really quickly throw in, there are some weird coincidences between this and Far From Home. A, it's about a road trip. B, it's got themes of inadequacy and worrying that you're not good enough.
Okay, I feel like that's
And-
not that big of a
And,
coincidence.
and C, the
Bow.
word bow
Yeah.
appears
Okay.
frequently in
Bow.
both. Do you care about the next one?
Is there a next one?
Not
was just
next
about
Toy
to
Story, I
ask
mean
that.
next Pixar
No.
movie. Okay, so this hasn't
What is
changed
it,
anything.
Beyond? It's the one that we saw the trailer for with the blue trolls.
With Tom Holland and
Oh god,
Chris
no,
Pratt.
that trailer looked awful.
I know, exactly.
That trailer looked absolutely awful.
As far as the sequels of Pixar movies go, is this one of the better or
Yes.
best Pixar sequels?
One of the better
Yeah.
ones.
All right.
Yeah. Where
What,
do we,
what,
where
what
do
other
we-
sequels? I remember Finding Dory.
Yeah, Cars.
Incredible.
Cars.
Incredibles. That's
Um,
Oh yeah, then yes.
Where do we rank this one in all the Toy Stories?
I don't remember the first two, but I rank this above the third one.
Okay. I'd
I
say
kind of do, but you know.
I'd say 2, 4, 3, 1.
I don't remember the first three. I've only seen all of these once. I'd probably go 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Yeah. let's keep going.
yeah, let's see what
let's
five
make some
does.
money, Disney. Disney, let's...
is speaking.
1, 4, 2, 3.
Okay.
I'd say 2, and then a tie between 4 and 1, and then 3.
And you hate the third one.
I don't like the third one.
Okay.
Well, here's a question.
Yeah.
Based on the ending, do you think there's going to be another one?
Well, I didn't think there was going to be another one based on the ending of the last one.
Yeah.
So I think this one leaves it more open to a sequel than the last one did.
What?
Yeah, but who's gonna be
No,
the
there was
focus?
a new kid in the last one.
What if one of the
Now-
main characters die, like Buzz? Like in real life.
Well, okay, one of the major characters
No,
in it
because
did die.
Tim Allen's never going to die.
No, because they pretty much can have...
Don Rickles played Mr. Potato Head. He died, and notice Mr. Potato had a single line in this entire movie.
Okay, why was Jesse not more prominent?
That was Violet's complaint.
I think that's. I mean,
Yeah. This did a very good job of handling 3 completely different plot threads, you know?
Inception.
Jesse was like very prominent in the second one.
You know, I think Woody is the main character of all of them, but
Good
then
part of the third
each
one, too.
movie is like a different like person. So like the first one's Buzz, second one's like Jesse, third one is I don't know Lotso, and this one's Bo.
Are Key and Peele the funniest Pixar characters in any Pixar movie?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say.
What would be second place? Edna Mode.
Key and Peele.
Do you think
Yeah.
they wrote Key and Peele's lines, or do you think Key and Peele just improvised their lines for the most part?
I honestly have no idea. I think that they definitely improvised some. I have no idea because this was well, it said story
It
by Rashida
flowed
Jones.
so well.
I know Rashida Jones is very funny, but
Yeah.
all the other writers, I don't know if they're funny or not. So, and because their humor was so much different than everyone
Yeah,
else's,
I think
I
they
legit
probably-
think they like wrote all their scenes.
Yeah,
I think
feel
so.
like
Like-
it definitely feels like they wrote their own stuff.
You'll be okay. Okay.
I love when they get caught on a thing under the merry-go-round, and just every once in a while you just hear in the background,
yeah.
ah!
yeah.
It was
Yeah. 'Cause
great.
they
It's
couldn't have
so
written
funny.
that,
I
right?
love this movie.
Well, I
Written
mean,
that.
maybe they did. I honestly feel like the writers were just like, you can add your own scene.
Of all of the movies we have watched specifically for an episode of Pwn, is this the one we have loved the most?
I think so. Yeah.
What are the options?
So there's Rogue One, Last Jedi, Far From Home, Endgame.
we kind of did one on
I liked Endgame. I liked Rogue One. I liked
yeah.
Last Jedi.
No, you didn't.
Wait, no, The Force Awakens is one I like. Last
yeah,
Jedi
but
is
we
the-
didn't do a pun on that.
Okay.
We might have. I don't know.
Okay, then no, I didn't like that. I didn't like that one very much.
All right.
I think now we have covered everything we want to talk about. Is that
Yes,
correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So that's all we have.
Wait, is this your favorite movie of the year so far?
Yes, by far.
But John Wick 3 is my favorite movie of the year so far.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
I feel like there are more problems with Alita than there are this
That is
movie.
also true, yeah.
Especially like the dialogue.
It's also
Like
a
there's
lot
more times
longer,
I was
isn't
taken
it?
out of the movie.
No, this
due to,
one, this one I'd say is a consistent movie.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say I probably like this one more.
That is all we have time for today on this episode of the 39th episode of Pwn.
Of the Pod trip.
Yes, we are very
Pwn
close
trip,
to the
yeah.
end. We're on day 8 of 10. We're getting super close to the end, and thank you for coming on this road trip, of which you saw only very brief glimpses
2
of.
locations.
Yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead and do that. And we might feature it just like this comment that Wes is pointing at. There it is. Pretty good comment. Ari,
Yes.
do you have any sponsors for this episode?
Okay, 2 things. One, I just want to clarify that it might be obvious, but it might not because I doubt you can see it on the camera. We're clapping all the time because there are mosquitoes attacking us, right? We're not just being weird. Okay?
No, you're mainly the only one who's been clapping mosquitoes.
I know, but I want to clarify that. I don't want to be like,
I don't want anyone to think I'm just clapping.
Yeah, we
no
don't want
reason.
to make this pod about mental health.
anyways, we are sponsored by Oreos. Get them good, get them double thick.
Get him infinity thick.
All right?
Wesley,
Only sauce.
what are we talking about on the next episode of Pwn?
Oh, funny question, Nick. We're talking about what the fuck?
You'll see. You'll see what Ari, Arnold.
What is this reference?
That's it, everyone.
All right? You'll
Stay
never know.
tuned because we got some fun coming up.
Chicka. Boom.
What is...
I'm Ari.
I'm Nick, and I don't want to be here. Welcome to Pwn episode 28 and a half. Today we're talking about...
Look at my eyes.
You cried.
You cried.
Look into my eyes.
So good. So good. And what did you think?